Hi engineers. Hi everyone. Mechanics of deformable bodies, strength of materials. We will discuss about stresses on inclined plane. Okay? To start with, no, uh, kung mapapansin nyo sa mga previous lectures natin, in relate to normal and shear stresses, no, lagi nating sinasabi na pagdating sa normal stress, the force must be perpendicular with respect to the cross-sectional area. However, pagdating naman sa shear stresses, the force must be parallel naman with respect to cross-sectional area. Paano naman kung yung cases natin ngayon with respect to the orientation of the force, no, pagdating doon sa area, is hindi naka-normal or hindi naka-perpendicular, and at the same time, hindi naman parallel. For example, let's start this lecture with its derivation para mas makita nyo kung ano ba yung pinagkaiba or paano ba natin may a-apply yung mga stresses pagdating naman sa naka-inclined, no? Hindi naka-perpendicular agad, hindi rin naman naka-parallel agad. Automatic naka-incline. Okay? For example, meron tayong bar dyan, no? Gawin nating laser muna para malupit. Itong bar or material, okay, nag-undergo siya ng tensile force P ulit. At kung mapapansin nyo, tensile force P, no, yan po ay naka-perpendicular. Kung ito po yung magiging cross-sectional area A natin. Okay? Same concept do sa baba, nag-undergo, same axis silang dalawa. Nag-undergo ng tensile force P. Take note, naka-perpendicular din po yan. Okay? Kaso, ang gagawin natin, i-involve natin si incline. Paano naman kapag nag-cut tayo ng section pero naka-incline? Ang tanong, itong force P ba na to ay naka-perpendicular pa rin ba with respect to the area inclined? Siyempre hindi na. Hindi na siya magiging 90 degrees. And at the same time, hindi na rin siya magpa-parallel. Okay? Paano natin siya i-analyze ngayon? Let's consider this section as the area of the inclined plane or tinatawag nating area IP na lang. Okay? Para mas ma-distinguish natin itong dalawang area na to. Okay? Next. Ito pa rin, yan yung centroid ng area na yan, kung saan tatama or kung saan dadaan yung force, no? Then, zoom in natin para mas makita natin kung ano bang nangyayari dyan. Palakihin natin. Kung mapapansin nyo, ito yung cross-sectional area A. Ito naman yung area of the inclined plane. No? Okay? Yan yung center point. Yan yung axis kung saan dumaan yung force P. Okay? Ito yung force P. At kung mapapansin nyo, based on your statics, kapag yung isang force, no, with respect to the inclined axis, then we are dealing with XY lang muna or two-dimensional na horizontal and vertical. Itong force P na to will be converted, kumbaga, into its components. Ibig sabihin, magkakaroon siya ng breakdown with respect to this inclined axis. Paano po yun? No? Magkakaroon siya ng, by the way, that is the cross-sectional area, and with respect to area of inclined plane, meron na po siyang angle. Okay? Kasi may inclined na nga eh. Therefore, may angle ng involved. Okay? Itong, with respect to the inclined axis, itong force P, magiging magkakaroon ng, kung mapapansin nyo, ganito na lang. Gawa natin siya ng axis. For example, ito yung X and Y mo. Okay? X and Y. Yan yung karaniwan, no? Na lagi natin ginagawa sa statics. Pero kapag napagtripan natin, okay? So kapag napagtripan natin na gawin nating incline, so ito na po siya. As long as these two major axes are perpendicular to each other. So ito na yung magiging x prime mo. Ito naman yung magiging y prime mo. So in that case, magkakaroon na ng angle. So ito automatic, no? Yan. Kung sanay kayo ng trigonometry talaga, so mas mapapadali itong lecture sa inyo. Okay. So nag-rotate siya with a certain angle, so meron ng involved na inclination. Okay? So ito yung axis natin, nagiging x prime na to. Ito na yung x prime. Then ito yung y prime. Sorry sa drawing, guys. Okay? So therefore, magko-consider tayo ng component na naka-perpendicular na sa x prime. So let's call it p sub n. Okay, so parang p sub n kasi normal. Naka 90 degrees na kasi siya with respect to the inclined plane. Then, same concept. So magkakaroon siya ng another component which is parallel na din sa x prime. So that is PV. So since parallel yan, i-relate natin doon sa shear. Okay? So again, this is the resultant P. Since hindi na siya automatic inclined or parallel, edi i-breakdown natin, okay, based doon sa inclined axis. So meron kang P sub N, so normal, perpendicular. Then meron ka pa ring parallel, P sub V, due to the inclined plane. So ngayon, paano natin nire-resolve itong mga forces na to? So kindly consider this one, ito yung center point nyo ulit. So based on your statics, ginagamitan natin ito ng tinatawag na force polygon. Okay? So in other words, yan yung tinatawag na parallelogram law, kung naalala pa ba, or force triangle and everything, no? So sana naalala pa, yan yung mga first topics sa statics. So okay, so since tatlong forces involved, edi force triangle ang mabubuo natin dyan. So this is the force P. Okay? Then this is force shear. Then, para ma-close lang yung polygon, magiging triangle yan, edi i-close natin yan with Pn, P sub n. And take note, that is 90 degrees, again, with respect to the inclined axis. Kasi ito yung area, IP natin eh. Okay? Para mas maintindihan niyo. Ngayon, kung mapapansin nyo, i-relate natin dito, dun sa inclination. So, with respect to the axis of the cross-sectional area A, ito kasi yung area A natin. Okay? Then, ito yung angle of inclination. So, ngayon, kunyari, i-resolve lang natin yung triangle para ma-relate natin itong angle na yan. So, kung ito ay 90 degrees, okay, ano itong natira? So, itong natira, equivalent din sa 90 minus the theta angle. Then, what if isolve lang natin itong angle na to. So, let's call it angle X na lang muna. Okay? So, based on your plane geometry, okay, the sum of the plane triangle na lang din. So, the sum of all interior angles pagdating sa triangle is equal to 180 degrees. So, ipag-add lang natin, then we will solve for the value of X. So, we have this one. So, this is 90 degrees. Ito, 90 yan. Excuse me. So, 90 degrees plus this one, 90 minus the angle, plus x is equal to 180 degrees. So, we can combine this, itong dalawang 90 na yan. So, magiging 180 minus the theta plus x is equal to 180. Kung papansin nyo, we can transpose itong isang 180 sa kabila, kaso magka-cancel out yan. Then, to solve for x, i-transpose pa natin yung isang theta. So, magiging positive na yung theta dyan. Therefore, maka-cancel nga. Therefore, x is also equal to theta. So, ibig sabihin pala, itong theta na to, pagdating dito sa x, theta din po yan. So, is also equal to theta angle. So, sir, bakit po natin sinolve yan? Okay, so dyan na magsisimula yung derivation. Okay? So, ito na po ulit siya. Ito na yung material natin. So, ito na yung cross-sectional area. So, horizontal. Then, ito na yung area IP or the area of the inclined plane. Okay? So, due to this PN, no, itong normal force na to with respect to the area of inclined plane, magre-result yan ng normal stresses. Okay? So, yan na yung sigma with respect to AIP. Then, itong P sub V na yung shear force, magre-result din yan ng shear stresses with respect to AIP. So, that is tau. Okay? So, ganun pa rin yung concept, guys. The general concept is the force over area pa rin naman. Okay? Then, consider natin itong triangle na to, guys. Itong maliit na triangle, galing din po yan dito. Okay, itong triangle na yan. Okay? So, naka 90 degrees po yan. So, makikita natin yung horizontal area or the cross-sectional area A. Then, itong area inclined plane. No? Then, consider natin itong isang angle. So, that is the angle theta. Then, kapag sinolve natin yan, so, kindly recall yung trigonometry natin kapag nagsosolve tayo ng right triangle. So, we have this SOHCA, TOA. So, pakita na lang natin, SOH, SOHCA, TOA. So, ito guys, itong SOHCA, TOA na to, napaka-powerful niyan. Okay? Kapag nagsosolve ka ng mga right angles or right triangles. Pero kapag hindi na right triangle ang sinusolve mo, okay? So, for example, meron mga walang 90 degrees, kumbaga. So, hindi na applicable po yung SOHCA-TOA. Ang kailangan mo na doon ay sine law or cosine law. Okay, tandaan niyo yan guys kasi gamit na gamit yan sa statics na part. So, ngayon, this is your reference angle theta. Okay? Then, ito, from the reference, itong katapat niya, yan yung opposite. Let's say yung O. Then, yung katabi niya, adjacent, that is A. Then, itong inclined part, okay? Itong inclined part naman, that is the H, or the hypotenuse, right? So, ngayon, solving for A and area of the inclined plane, anong gagamitin natin? Since right triangle naman ito. Is it sine, cosine, or tangent? Okay? So, yung reference angle, may adjacent, may hypotenuse, walang binigay na opposite. So, therefore, we will use cosine. Okay? So, we have cosine of theta is equal to the area over the area inclined plane. Then, solve lang natin yung area of inclined plane. So, magbabaliktad lang po yan. So, area of inclined plane is equal to A over cosine theta. Okay? Then, i-relate na natin dito sa force triangle. Okay? Then, i-relate natin dito. So, we have this one. Cosine of theta is equal to Pn over P. So, papansin nyo guys, ito yung reference angle natin. Katabi niya to. Tama? Adjacent. Pagkita na lang natin. Then, ito, katapat niya. Therefore, yan yung opposite. Then, itong inclined na part, actually, inclined yan kahit vertical, no? Kasi kapag nirotate mo pa ulit yan, magiging inclined na yung hypotenuse. Okay? So, considering Pn and P, so that must be adjacent over hypotenuse. So, this is adjacent. This is hypotenuse. That's why we will use cosine. Then solving for Pn, so cross multiply lang. So we have Pn is equal to P cosine of theta. So ngayon, let's solve for the stresses. Diba ang normal stress is equal to simply force over area lang talaga. Pero anong force nang involved? So with respect to area of inclined plane, so we have the Pn over the area of inclined plane. Kaso kasi guys, pagdating sa mga problems, hindi ganito kaagad yung binibigay. Ang binibigay madalas itong P. So we need to solve those stresses in terms of P with respect to area of inclined plane. So kailangan nating i-convert pa. So itong Pn, gawin nating P cosine of theta over itong area of inclined plane, ito, substitute mo dito yan. Okay. So, we have area over cosine of theta. O guys, hindi magka-cancel yung cosine of theta, kasi from algebra, itong cosine of theta, fraction over fraction, parang ganon, tataas po ito. Okay, magkakaroon ng reciprocal dyan. So, magiging cosine times cosine po yan. So, mangyari, to solve for the stresses, or the normal stress rather, with respect to area of inclined plane, so is equal to P over A cosine squared theta. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, parang kapag may inclined na involved, yung P over A, dadagdagan mo lang ng cosine squared theta. Okay? So, hopefully, nasundan po yung part na yan, no? So, yan yung normal stress pagdating sa inclined plane. So, how about the shear stress naman? O, ganun lang ulit. Balikan lang natin itong force triangle na yan. Okay? So, for the shear, so we have sine, kasi katapat niya ulit. So, ulitin ko lang para mas tumatak sa inyo. Opposite, adjacent, two legs, no? Two legs. Then, this is the hypotenuse. So, ang gagamitin naman natin, since right triangle yan, is sine. So, sine of theta is equal to the opposite P sub V over the P. Then, solving for P sub V ulit, so equal to P sine theta. Then, applying the shear stress is equal to the shear force over the area of inclined plane. But then, we need to convert it in terms of P. So, PV is equal to P sine theta over, again, the area of inclined plane, still A over cosine theta. But then again, itong cosine of theta, tataas po yan dito. So, we have P over A sine theta cosine theta. Okay? So, yan yung pag-solve pagdating sa shear stress, guys, no? So, yung P over A, again, madadagdagan lang po yan ng sine theta cosine theta pagdating sa shear stress. Okay? Pero merong another way in order to solve this shear stress, no? Kung gusto nyong gamitin to, pwede rin ipakita natin. So, we have the shear stress is also equal to P over 2A sine of the twice of the angle, theta. So, sir, saan po nanggaling po yan? So, based po yan sa trigonometric identity na take note, sine of 2 theta is equal to twice of sine theta cosine theta. So, this is tinatawag nating double angle identity. Okay? Double angle. So, isulat na lang natin for your information. So, double angle identity yan. So, hopefully, na-encounter nyo po yan sa trigonometry. Pero kung hindi na, edi additional info nyo na lang. Okay? Identity. Pero madalas, guys, sa problem, kapag ang sinasuggest ko dyan, hindi ito yung gagamitin nyo. Ito. Medyo mahirap kasi yan. Baka malito kayo dyan. So, ito na lang yung gamitin nyo, guys. Balik tayo sa unang konsepto. No? Yung P over A, sine of theta, cosine of theta. Kasi mas madaling gamitin po ito. Okay? Sige. Solve tayo ng problem. So, I prepared 2 problems for this lecture. So, we have problem number 1. So, a 120 mm wide steel bar with a butt welded joint as shown will be used to carry an axial tension load of P equal to 180 kN. So, if the normal and shear stresses on the plane of the butt weld must be limited to 80 megapascals and 45 megapascals respectively, so determine the minimum thickness required for the bar. Okay? So, kung papansin nyo guys, yung P natin is equal to 180 kN, no? At ito, with respect to the cross-sectional area A, so obserbahan lang muna natin yung problem, no? Para mas madali natin ma-analyze. So, that is the cross-sectional area A. And with respect to its line of action, that is perpendicular to that area. But since binigyan ka ng cutting section, na ito po yun, ito yung naging area of inclined plane natin, which was set to 57 degrees with respect to horizontal. Okay? At binigyan ka rin ng mga limiting stresses na dapat i-design mo daw yung thickness ng bar, no? 80 megapascals for the normal, so that is sigma. Then 45 megapascals, so that is for shear or tau, no? Then binigyan ka ng P, 180 kilonewton. Then binigyan ka ng width ng steel bar equal to 120 mm. So kailangan natin i-design yung bar minimum thickness. Okay? Sige, solve natin. So ngayon, kung mapapansin nyo, with respect to its line of action, ito yung P is equal to 180 kilonewton, ibabangga na natin dun sa area of inclined plane para makita nyo na kaagad. Kaso, di ba, kung naalala nyo, para ma-solve natin yung mga stresses, madadagdagan lang yung P over A, cosine squared theta for the normal. Then for the shear, we have P over A, sine theta, cosine theta. Sir, edi substitute na lang po natin kasi may binigay ng 57 degrees. Take note, be careful sa mga ganyang problem kasi hindi porket binigay na yung angle, yun na kaagad yung isa-substitute nyo. So, analyze muna natin. Okay? Ano ba yung angle talaga dyan pagdating sa ganyang orientation? So, we have this one. Cut natin yung section. So, you can consider left or either left or right. So, kung saan yung mas mapapadaling analysis. Then, i-relocate nyo lang or i-transfer nyo lang yung force with respect to its line of action. So, yan yung magiging center ng area. So, dyan mag-a-apply yung force P equal to 180 kilonewton. And with respect to area of inclined plane, so itong force P, magkakaroon ng components, no? So, meron kang perpendicular, o that is the normal force, P sub n. Then, meron ka ring parallel with respect to the inclined area. So, that is, by the way, this is perpendicular, no? Then, ito, meron kang parallel P sub v. Okay? So, ngayon, analyze pa natin. So, with respect to horizontal, that is 57 degrees. And this is the area of inclined plane. Okay? Analyze pa natin. So, kung mapapansin nyo, para lang mas makita natin yung orientation, kung ito yung 57 degrees, ano naman to? So, that is also equal to 57 degrees. Kasi naka-base po yan with respect to horizontal. Okay? Then, ipakita natin yung orientation ng cross-sectional area A. So, kung papansin nyo, ito po yun. So, yan yung A natin. Kaso, ang kailangan nating angle is between, take note is between the area or cross-sectional area A and the area of inclined plane. Ang tanong, yung 57 degrees ba na yon ay in between area and area of inclined plane? Hindi po, no? So, ang kailangan nating ma-solve is ito. Itong angle na yan, which is angle theta. Kasi based dito sa orientation na yan, o pakita na lang din natin, so itong theta na to, baliktarin nyo lang yung setup, ito na yon, no? Ito yung area A, then ito yung area of inclined plane, and the angle between them, yun ang kailangan nating ma-solve. So, based on this orientation, kung may binigyan tayo ng 57 degrees with respect to horizontal, so ang natitirang angle, so 90 minus 57, so the theta must be equal to 33 degrees. Okay? So, yan yung gagamitin natin instead of 57 degrees. Kasi kung 57 kaagad na ginamit nyo, automatic mali. Mali yung analysis nyo. Okay? So, ang gagamitin natin ay 33 degrees. So, solve natin. So, itong rectangle pala. So, yan yung makikita natin kapag in-expose natin yung cross-sectional area, no? So, ayan yung center point kung saan dadaan yung P equal to 180 kilonewton. Then, meron siyang dimensions na 120 mm wide, no? Then meron kang thickness ng bar. Okay? Para mas ma-imagine nyo, ano bang area ang ina-analyze natin. Okay? So we have this one based on the normal stress capacity. So using this formula, sigma is equal to P over A cosine squared theta. Substitute lang natin. So based on the normal stress capacity, we have 80 megapascals. So we have 80 is equal to the force P, 180 kilonewton times 1,000. So ang goal natin dito guys, gaya ng mga previous problems natin, kailangan natin maging result unit ng stress ay megapascals. So, in order to solve for the megapascals, kailangan yung force mo magiging newton. Okay? So, multiply lang natin ng 1,000. So, we have 180 times 1,000 over the horizontal area or the cross-sectional area. Okay? Na hindi inclined kasi magpapa-incline lang yan kapag meron ng angle. So, we have the area of the rectangle, we have 120 times the thickness. Then, para ma-consider natin yung area of the inclined plane, so we will multiply the cosine squared of 33 degrees. So, kapag sinolve nyo yung thickness based on the normal stress capacity, so magkakaroon ka ng 13.1882 millimeters. O sir, yan na po ba yung sagot? Siyempre hindi pa. Kasi normal stress lang yung kinonsider natin. How about the shear stress? Okay? So based on the shear stress capacity, so we have this formula. Again, the tau is equal to P over A sine of theta cosine of theta. Then direct substitute lang natin. We have the 45 megapascals for shear stress is equal to 180 times 1,000 ulit. To convert it to Newton over 120 times T corresponds to the dimensions of your area. But then to consider the effect of the area of inclined plane, we need to multiply it to sine of 33 degrees and cosine 33 degrees. Then upon solving, we can now get 15.2258 millimeters thickness. Okay, sir, we have two values of thickness. Ano ang gagawin po natin or anong pipiliin po natin in order to consider the minimum thickness required for the bar? O sir, pag sinabi po bang minimum, yung pinakamababa ka agad? Siyempre hindi. Okay? So kung naalala nyo dun sa kapag nagsasolve tayo ng force, okay? 'Di ba kung makikita niyo yung superlative term ng katabi ng force is largest. So determine the maximum force required, determine the largest force, pero ang kino-consider natin ay yung smallest. Kasi yun yung safe. Okay? So in terms of strength of materials, guys, we always need to consider the safety of our structure. So hindi porket binanggit dyan na minimum thickness yung pinakamababa kaagad. Okay? Siyempre, kapag maliit yung dimension mo, mas hindi safe yun. Tama po ba? So, ang kailangan natin is itong higher value or the larger value. Okay? So, we have 15.2258 millimeters. Okay? So, ganun yung konsepto, guys. Pagdating sa force, di ba, largest, no? Largest ang hinahanap. Pero ang kailangan natin i-consider is yung smallest. Okay? Pero pagdating naman sa dimensions, guys, yung mga katabi niya na superlative term such as minimum, smallest, no? Mga ganong case, ang kino-consider natin is yung higher value. O parang hindi na kayo malito. Yun yung kailangan nyo i-consider. Okay? So, this is the safest minimum thickness P. Okay? So, ganito kasi yan, guys. Kapag in-apply natin itong 15.2258 millimeters as your thickness, pasado yan sa shear. Ang tanong, pasado rin po ba yan sa normal? Yes. Kasi, kapag sinubstitute mo yung 15.2258 dito sa thickness ng normal, ang makukuha mo is mas mababa sa 80. Kapag mas mababa sa 80, edi safe yung bar mo under normal stress. Okay? Take note, no? Force over area, kapag lumiliit yung area mo, tumataas yung stress. So, kapag tumataas yung stress, it will lead to failure, no? So, yun lang. Yun yung concept behind that. Okay? So, hopefully, nasundan itong problem number 1. Okay. Then, last problem. So, problem number 2. Determine the largest load P that can be applied to the frame without causing either the average normal stress or the average shear stress at section AA to exceed 150 megapascals for the normal stress and 60 megapascals for the shear stress respectively. So member CB has a square cross-section of 25 mm on each side. O diba tulad kanina, sabi ko is itong largest load P. So ibig sabihin, magkakaroon tayo ng different values of P, no? Upon solving this problem. So kapag largest load P, then marami tayong nakuhang values. Ang i-consider natin is yung smallest safe, no? Smallest safe value. Okay? Smallest safe value of P. Okay? Based dun sa normal stress capacity na 150 and shear stress capacity na 60. Okay? Then binigyan ka ng cross-section, 25 mm, then square naman po yan, walang problema sa area. Kaso, based on this one, no? So, this is a frame ABC, then pinakitaan ka ng section AA. Okay? O, sige, pakita natin kung ano ba yung pagkakat ng section. Sige, solve natin tong last problem. So, mag-cut ka ng section based on the given orientation ng section AA. So, cut natin dyan. So, you can solve this frame from the concept of truss, no? Kasi sa truss, meron tayong method of joints, meron tayong method of section. So, in this case, we can analyze, no, at joint C to consider the effect of the load P applied. So, ngayon, kapag nag-analyze tayo sa joint C, edi consider natin yung mga possible forces, no? So, meron kang force AC. So, again, ang first assumption natin is palayo sa joint. Then, we have this force BC. Okay? Kaso, itong force BC natin is naka-inclined ulit. So, ngayon, kaso walang binigay na angle, saan natin kukunin yung magiging inclination ni force BC? So, based on the dimensions. Here, we have 2 meters along the height or the vertical and 1.5 along the horizontal. So, kapag ginawan mo yan ng slope, triangle, so we have here, ito yun, tin 2, 1.5. Okay? Then, iayusin lang natin para walang mga decimal. So, i-times 2 mo yan, magiging 4, 33. So, ibig sabihin, perfect triangle pala yan. 3, 4, 5, right? So, meron kang slope na 3, 4, 5. So, kung nalilito kayo dyan, pwede nyo naman gamitin yung 2, 1.5, then get the tawag dito, the slope along the hypotenuse, so using Pythagorean theorem. Okay? So, you have 3, 4, 5 slope. So, analyze natin at joint C. Okay? Kaso, kung mapapansin nyo, yung section AA, doon tayo nag-cut sa member BC. So, ibig sabihin, kailangan nating ma-relate yung force ni BC with respect to the applied load P. So, kailangan, ibig sabihin, wala na pala tayong pake kay AC. Kasi si member BC lang naman yung kinat natin. Yun yung i-design natin. O member CB. Or nabaliktad lang. Okay? So, unang tingin, since itong largest load P ay naka-vertical, edi dapat isolve natin yan using summation of forces along vertical in order to consider the orientation of P, pati itong force BC kasi pwede nating i-component yan. And then, at the same time, mane-neglect natin yung effect ni force AC. Kasi si force AC is along horizontal kaagad. Okay? So, summation of forces along vertical equal to 0. So, we have force BC upward. And then, the vertical component slope, we have 4 and 5. So, 4 over 5 minus P equals 0. So, solving for the values or the value of force BC in terms of P, so magiging force BC is equal to 5/4 of P. Okay, ito, transpose nyo lang dito yan, magiging positive P, then cross multiply yung 5, then itong 4. Okay? Next. So, ngayon, analyze natin itong member na to. Ito yung member CB or member BC. Then, consider natin yung pag-cut ng section AA. So, pa-vertical siya. So, this is section AA. Okay? Then, saan ba nag-act yung force BC? So, this is the area of inclined plane. Kung iisipin, ito yung cross-sectional area A. Okay? Ito yung area IP. Okay? So, that is the center point kung saan dadaan yung force BC. Okay. So, ang ganito guys, ang kailangan natin is, binigyan ka ng stresses, okay? Ang kailangan natin masolve yung P. So, meron ka na rin binigyan ng area, which is 25. So, square pala yan, no? Square. Yan yung cross-section niya, 25 by 25. So, madali lang naman kunin yan. So, 25 squared. Kaso, ang kailangan natin guys is the angle. No? So, paano natin isolve yung angle dito? So, doon tayo magre-reference sa binigay na slope na 3, 4, 5. No? So, we have this one. So, recall lang natin para maging guide natin. So, we have this 3, 4, 5 triangle slope. Okay? But then again, kapag magko-consider tayo ng angle theta, it must be in between the area of inclined plane pati yung area mismo na cross-sectional. So, ito po yun. Okay? That is the angle theta. So, this is the A, no? Kung ipa-plot natin, no? So, ito yung kailangan nating masolve. So, kumpletuhin pa natin. Kung ito ay angle theta, then this is equal to 90 degrees. So, matitira po dyan is 90 minus theta. Then, kung i-relate natin para mas makuha natin yung value ng theta, so, ito ay also 90 degrees, no? Ano yung natira? So, 90 degrees minus this term, itong 90 minus theta, ang matitira ngayon ay theta. So, ibig sabihin, itong theta, pwede natin makuha in terms of given 3, 4, 5 triangle slope. Okay, so dyan tayo magbe-base ng computation. So sige, solve pa natin. So yung force BC is equal to 5/4 of P. So magiging mangyari dyan, we have the sin theta is equal to 4/5. So kunin na natin yung sin theta pati cosine of theta kasi kailangan yon based on the given formula. So, the sine of theta based on the triangular slope, so we have opposite, katapat rather, then we have the hypotenuse. Okay, so OH. So, sine of theta is equal to 4 over 5. Then, same with cosine, so adjacent, katabi, so we have 3 over 5 naman, no? Then, based on the normal stress capacity, so we have this formula, sigma is equal to P over 8 cosine squared theta. Salpak lang natin. So, we have the limiting normal stress equal to 150 megapascals. So, ito yon. Then, yung P na kailangan natin makuha for the force BC is equal to 5/4 of P. over the area. So, pakita na natin ulit yung cross-sectional area. This is 25 by 25. And then to consider the area IP, again, this is the area IP or the inclined plane. So we have 3/5 squared. So bakit nawala po yung cosine? Kasi nga po, yung cosine of theta, nireplace na natin as 3/5. Okay? Wala na tayong kinuhang angle in terms of slope na yung kinuha natin. So in that case, yung cosine squared theta, since cosine theta is 3/5, therefore yung cosine squared is equal to 3/5 squared. Okay? Then solve for P. So ito ay naka in terms of Newton. Kasi bakit? Yung 150 natin naka mega pascals. Then yung area of cross section naka in terms of millimeter squared. Therefore, ang based sa first lecture natin, yung megapascals is equal to Newton over mm squared. Therefore, yung force na makukuha natin ay in terms of Newton. So, we have 208,333.3333 newtons based on the normal stress capacity. Sir, yan na po ba yung sagot? Siyempre, hindi pa. Kailangan pa natin i-consider yung shear stress naman. So, based on the shear stress capacity, considering this formula, we have the tau is equal to P over A sine theta cosine theta. Then salpak lang natin. So, based on the limiting shear stress equal to 60 megapascals is equal to 5/4 of P again for the force BC over 25 squared for the cross-sectional area. Then considering the inclined plane, we have the sine theta equal to 4/5. Then cosine theta equivalent to 3/5. Then solving for P, we have the 62,500 newtons exact. Okay? Again, what is the largest load P between these two values? So again, ang tema natin dito, kapag largest load P, kailangan natin i-consider yung smallest safe. Okay? So in this case, we need to consider 62,500 newtons. Okay? Again, kapag force ang usapan, although largest yung katabi niya, ang kailangan natin is smallest safe. Pagdating naman sa dimensions, no, binase natin sa two capacities, although ang katabing word nung dimension ay minimum, ang kailangan natin i-consider is the largest safe. Okay? So hopefully ma-apply natin yan kapag nagde-design tayo ng structures. Okay? So hopefully natutunan nyo yung stresses on inclined plane. So that concludes our lecture. Okay? So this is again the safest large force. Okay, so thank you everyone for listening. Bye-bye.